We're going to get started in about 1 minute. We just have some other families joining us. Thanks for being here. Okay, good evening and welcome everyone. Welcome to our Parent University tonight. We're excited for you to be here. We're going to be talking about that transition of your 5th grade student to middle school. It's such a big time in their lives, and we're glad that you're here tonight to join us for our presentation. We have a brief presentation, slide presentation that we're going to show you. And then we're going to come back together for some question and answers. So we are going to encourage you to use the Q&A feature and type in your question. And we're going to hold all the questions to the end, and we will answer them on the end of the call. So we are going to get started. I wanted to let you know we are recording this session for those families that couldn't attend tonight, so that we will be able to share this with all of our families in the Martin County School District. All right, so we are going to jump right in. Welcome.
Good evening and welcome to our Parent University's Bridging Your Child's Path to Middle School Success. I am Superintendent Michael Main, and we are so pleased to have you here tonight as we take this important step together in your child's educational journey. Middle school is a time of growth, discovery, and new opportunities. We understand that transitioning from elementary school can feel very overwhelming, but I want to assure you that our schools are filled with dedicated educators, caring staff, and strong support systems designed to ensure every student thrives. In the Martin County School District, we are committed to future readiness. Our middle schools provide not only academic excellence, but also the social and emotional support your child needs to succeed. From caring counselors and experienced teachers to engaging extracurricular activities and academic enrichment, we've built a community where students can grow confidently. We also know that middle school can come with uncertainties. You may have heard myths about this transition, and tonight our panel of experts is here to clear up those misconceptions. They will share valuable insights into the resources available to your family and the systems that we have in place to help guide your child every step of the way. Your participation and partnership are invaluable. And as we move through Parent University, we invite you to gather information and feel empowered in supporting your child's journey. Together, we will build a strong bridge to middle school success. Thank you once again for being here, and we are honored to walk alongside you and your family, and we look forward to a bright future for your child in Martin County's middle schools. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the first person on your panel of experts who will share her insights and answer your questions. Let's get started.
Thank you, Mr. Main, for that warm welcome this evening. Hello, families. My name is Danielle Farrell, and I'm the coordinator of Innovation and Choice and the AVID District Director for the Martin County School District. We are so happy that you're here tonight. We will be going over and discussing our middle schools and giving you an overview of all that's offered within our middle school system here in the Martin County School District. We are also going to address your feedback based on a recent survey that you completed that was sent out from the Martin County School District. And then we'll have a question and answer opportunity for you if there were any questions that you still may have that were not answered in our presentation tonight. Thank you again for being here, and we look forward to working with you tonight. Tonight, our district team is here to join you and communicating all the information you need to know about that bridge to middle school. In addition to Mr. Main, we have our exceptional student education team here, our team from Innovation and Choice, our safety and security team, as well as our student services. Also, you will see here each of our 5 middle schools represented with the principal indicated and a contact to them if you have more questions beyond tonight's presentation about the school in which your student will be attending.
Good evening, families. My name is Lana Barros, and I am the Director of Innovation and Choice for the Martin County School District. I'm here to share with you information about specialty pathways in our middle schools. As students transition into middle school, specialty pathways become more defined through intentional course offerings aligned to each school's unique focus. These pathways provide students with opportunities to explore their interests and begin shaping their educational journey. The benefits of these pathways at the middle school level are significant. They support early career exploration, giving students a glimpse into potential future careers and coursework, helping them identify their passions. They also increase student engagement and motivation, connecting what students learn in the classroom to real-world applications. In all of our middle schools in Martin County, in addition to the core content courses like math, science, English language arts, and social studies, our middle schools offer elective courses in physical education, performing and visual arts, and in career and technical education. There are unique variations in the offerings per school. At Anderson Middle School, some of the unique course opportunities include healthcare, culinary, information technology, marketing, and avid leadership coursework. While at Hidden Oaks, the Cambridge International program is offered with career and technical courses in robotics and marketing. At Indiantown Middle School, hospitality and agricultural tourism coursework is offered, in addition to a robust STEM career exploration lab. Stewart Middle School offers career and technical education courses in engineering, aerospace, entrepreneurship, and marketing, while Murray Middle School is known for their information technology, coding, robotics, and agricultural coursework. Also, Murray is now an International Baccalaureate, or IB, candidate school. Our middle schools in Martin County School District truly have something for everyone.
In the Martin County School District, we are proud to instill a college and career readiness system for all students. Through AVID, which is an acronym that stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, students are framed to receive what they need to be future ready. We define future ready as obtaining rigorous academic preparedness. Students are supported to complete the rigorous college and career preparatory curriculum and experiences in our middle schools. We also have another category that we call opportunity knowledge. This is where students have the opportunity to research, set goals, make choices that support whatever their long-term aspirations are, and allow them to successfully navigate into whatever their next level is. Lastly, we have something that we call student agency. And this is where the Martin County School District believes that every student can be successful. We can educate all students for success. And we want students to believe in themselves. And we want them to act intentionally on building relationships with one another, overcoming and persisting through obstacles, activating their academic, their social, that professional knowledge and skills that they need to reach their potential and set their future ready goals.
Another area that we want to talk about tonight is the academic support for incoming sixth graders to build their schedules. So right now happening in elementary schools is that our middle schools are coming to visit our fifth grade students and tell them all about middle school life and the courses that are offered at each of our different middle schools. This transition meeting is helpful because they get to meet the principal and the assistant principal. They get to meet the school counselor and even the AVID site coordinator. So we're happy to say that these are ongoing and will continue over the next month. Also, when we think about that 7-course day that a middle school student has, our fifth grade students will get support from their school counselors and their fifth grade teachers on what that sixth grade course offering schedule can look like for them. That process is also happening and will continue over the next few weeks as well.
My name is Ruby Amsden. I'm an ESE coordinator. In terms of transition, schools are preparing to send out notices currently for transition meetings that will be scheduled for April and May. This includes meetings for students that are eligible for Section 504, as well as students that are eligible for exceptional student education and have an IEP, or students receiving gifted services. The purpose of these meetings is to discuss student progress and review data that may lead the team to make changes to individual plans based on their needs as they move on to middle school. There will be a team of people, including representation from middle schools, in order to assist in making the transition as seamless as possible. Since at this age, students are learning to advocate for themselves and what they need, they are encouraged to attend the transition meeting with parents.
Good evening, families. My name is Guillermo Orozco, Coordinator of Student Services, with a message about our school's culture. Here in the Martin County School District, we emphasize and value a culture of excellence where we focus on our students being successful and ensure that our students are reaching their fullest academic potential. We work with our students and families when scheduling students into rigorous classes that are suited for them and also into elective classes that they are interested in taking. Our schools also have fun PBIS events throughout the year. With PBIS, students are able to earn tickets from their teachers and other adults around campus when following school rules, doing well academically, or when displaying acts of kindness. Some of the events that happen at our schools are things such as field day, drawings for fun prizes, free ice cream on specific days throughout the week, or spin it to win it, where students get random rewards after they get to spin a wheel. But our school's culture goes beyond academics. We also have clubs and sports at our middle schools, like the National Junior Honor Society, chess club, running club, debate club, and that's only to name a few. For sports, we have cheerleading, basketball, soccer, and volleyball. When it comes to performing arts, we have our band and chorus programs. They have the opportunity to participate in parades, competitions, and other community events throughout the year. But at the end of the day, we know this about our schools. We have caring adults that come to work every single day to make sure our students feel safe, welcomed, and valued. Thank you and have a great evening.
Hi, my name is Frank Frangella. I'm the Chief of Safety and Security for the Martin County School District. And today I'm just going to go over some of the things that we have in place at all our schools for safety and security of our students and our staff. So the first thing we have is Crisis Alert. And Crisis Alert is a badging system that every single employee in the district has. And if they see something, they can press a button and that emergency signal will go to all the sheriff's office deputies that are on duty, also to dispatch and to the real-time crime center, getting us the support that we need very quickly. We also have something called Smart Pass, which is in-house in the schools, and what that does is we can monitor where kids are going outside of the classroom. So if someone's going to a restroom, if they have to go to an appointment somewhere else, we can monitor who's going out of our classrooms and who they're with. So this protects the student if there's something going on in regards to any kind of bullying or something like that. We can get ahead of it right before it starts. We also have a single point of entry, which means that once school starts, everybody needs to go to the front office before they could go in our schools. And we also have a deputy at every one of our schools. Their job is not only to do law enforcement response, but also to get um, with the children. So this way they become better sponsors of what's happening in the schools, and they tend to build a relationship with them. There's a lot of other things that we have as far as cameras, monitor cameras all the time, and plenty of things that we can't go into, but rest assured that we have things in place with the sheriff's office to make sure that we're keeping our community, our students, and our staff safe. Thank you very much.
Transportation and logistics for middle school. Our middle school day starts at 9:20 and ends at 4:05 p.m. If your child will be riding the school bus, please note that bus routes for next school year will begin to be posted on our website, martinschools.org, on July 15th. You are encouraged to check the website often, at least once a week, to ensure that you have the correct time and the pickup stop for that bus route for your child. The good news, as mentioned earlier, is that we do have a sixth grade orientation day. This is going to be Friday, August 8th, 2025. Your child will experience a bus pickup at their scheduled time for regular school during the orientation day. They will arrive home a few hours earlier, around 1 o'clock, from that same bus stop location. This will be a great opportunity for them to get comfortable with riding the bus and knowing their stops and their pickup times. Teacher communication will be important in middle school for both you and your child. One tool that the Martin County School District uses is called Focus. Focus is an opportunity for teachers to enter grades into a grade book and for your student to access and monitor their achievements. You also can have access to this same portal through what's called a parent portal in Focus. If you haven't had an opportunity to set up your parent portal yet with the Martin County School District, we encourage you to do so by visiting martinschools.org. In our Focus system, this is where we capture grades and attendance of all students. One change as your child enters middle school is how they will be graded on their tests, quizzes, and daily activities. Your student will be utilizing a scale of 100%. Each assignment will be graded with 100% being the maximum grade. You will see that grades are made up of this grading template for middle school. Test and major assignments, 50% of the grade. Quizzes and other assignments, 30% of the total grade. And daily activities will consist of the other 20% of the total grade, equaling 100%. This is how grades are calculated. Your student will be able to monitor their grades using Focus that they access through ClassLink, and you will also be able to monitor grades and attendance through the Focus Parent Portal.
So, families, now is the time to reflect on everything you've heard about the systems we have in place. Martin County Schools provide everything needed to support your child's success. But you may be wondering, how do I apply for my child to attend a middle school that is not our zoned middle school? Applying for a school you're not zoned for is an easy 1, 2, 3 step process. Step 1, parent logs in to the Parent Focus portal. Once you're logged in under your child's name in the menu, you will see the application Fall Enrollment Application 2025. When that application is open, click that link to access the application. Please note, while the March choice window applications are being processed, the fall enrollment application will need to be temporarily closed. Step 2, complete the application. The demographic and contact information will be auto-populated from what was submitted in your student's Focus account. Beneath the demographic information is where you start answering the questions. If you're an employee of the Martin County School District, you get priority in your first choice school, and you will note that with your work ID. This is also where you could communicate whether your child has an IEP or not. Beneath there is the section where you get to choose and rank up to 3 schools in your preference order. This application is available and open to all residents of Florida. Finally, step 3, submit the application. It is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Log into your Focus Parent portal, complete the Fall Enrollment Application 2025, and submit. Middle school is just the beginning to an incredible journey. Once your child starts middle school with us in the Martin County School District, they have the opportunity to continue into an academic pathway in one of our high schools, as listed here.
You play an important role in your child's success in middle school. Here are some ways to help your child succeed. 1. Attend back to school nights and parent-teacher conferences. Stay connected with your child's teachers and understand their progress. Visit the school and its website. Familiarize yourself with the school environment and keep up with important updates online. Support homework expectations. Encourage consistency with homework and ensure your child has a quiet, focused space to complete it. Send your child to school ready every day to learn. Make sure that they are prepared physically and mentally for each school day. Help by teaching your child organizational skills. Help them develop time management and organizational habits that promote success. Teach study skills. Guide your child in effectively studying, teaching them techniques to build their confidence and improve their academic performance. Know the disciplinary and bullying policies. Understand the school's rules and support in your child in following those rules. Get involved. Participate in school activities or volunteer opportunities to show your support and stay engaged. Take attendance seriously. Ensure that your child attends school regularly and on time to maintain that consistency for their learning. And lastly, talk about school with your child. Maintain that open communication about their experiences, their challenges, and of course, celebrate all their successes and achievements in school.
Thank you. that that will wrap up our presentation. So now what we want to do is open it up for questions and answers. So if you have any questions, we have a panel here tonight to help guide and answer those. We want to thank everybody that was able to participate in our survey that we sent out to our families. We were able to take your feedback and put together tonight's presentation so that we could address some of your questions. So we hope that you feel that some of them have been answered for you. And if not, we would love to hear from you tonight about some questions that you'd like to have answered. We have our middle school principals with us tonight, and we have our district team as well. Okay, we have one comment so far I'm seeing in the chat about somebody would like to see the middle school slide from the beginning to see which school offers what. So I can easily go back to that and show you that again. While I'm doing that, we have a couple questions in the Q&A. How long are the class periods? Would any of our principals like to jump in and tell us how long a class period is in middle school?
Hi, good evening. My name is Tiffany Roth, and I am the principal at Murray Middle School. Our class minutes are 50 minutes for each class. They have 7 periods a day with 3 minutes to transition between each class.
Thank you. We have another question that says, what do daily activities entail in middle school?
I think in
Go
terms
ahead.
of what happens in classrooms, if that's your question, instruction should look as engaging in middle school as it has looked in elementary school. Kids should be working together collaboratively. They should be using technology. If it's science class, we would expect to see lab work. If it's math class, we would expect them to be using materials or working through problems together on whiteboards. Those are some examples. In terms of activities, beyond the classroom, there are after-school clubs and sports, and we also, of course, have band and chorus at all of our middle schools. I could go on for a really long time about all the different things that go on for our school. So if you'd like to know about something more specific, please let me know, and I'll happily elaborate on that particular piece.
I see a little bit of a clarification question. When we were talking about grades and there was daily activities that make up 20% of the grading, what does that look like in a middle school classroom in a teacher's grade book?
Thank you for clearing that up. So that looks like, so in elementary school, daily activities are the things that students do when they work together in class. And those are not typically graded, although the teacher collects information in elementary school about how students are progressing toward the standards at that time. In middle and high school, those daily activities are assigned a grade once they are complete and turned in. So it might look like, and in most cases it is, something that's turned in or submitted, but it also might look like the teacher circulating around the room with a rubric and a clipboard and assessing students informally on their participation with their peers, on the way that they're discussing a particular piece of the content. But basically, it's your daily work that gets a grade, and it counts for less in terms of percentage of overall grade.
Thank you, Dr. Jones.
Yep.
I have another question. Which preparatory event at the middle school itself is the most important to attend before the end of this year? So I am thinking that at the middle school, our follow-up to tonight's event is our in-person events for our families, and each of our middle schools will be hosting an in-person event, so that would be very important to attend. And I will put up that graphic. That was the postcard that you received with all of those events showcased there. I am not sure if there's anything else, so I will open this up to see if there's any other preparatory events happening at your middle schools in which we can inform families of, other than those visits, the 6th grade preview nights.
I would agree that the 6th grade preview is important. It's a lot like kindergarten orientation was when kiddos started in elementary school. There's a lot of people. It's pretty hectic. Tours are usually given at the schools, and there's an opportunity to meet with sponsors of different clubs and things like that. Our school will be hosting a mixer for all of our incoming 6th graders, which will be kind of a social event so the kids can get to know each other from the different schools. Sometimes there's a little bit of anxiety associated with, I go to J.D. Parker and I won't know anybody from Felix or Jensen. But I would say the most important event is the day before school starts in August. All of our middle schoolers have the opportunity to come for a half day so that they can find their first period class, walk their schedule, and learn their routes. That, in my opinion, is the most critical piece of the puzzle.
Thank
So
you.
if
Go
I
ahead.
could just add
Yes.
on, so one of the biggest differences for middle school is indeed that transition from elementary. So if you're looking for tours or you have questions and you want to meet school staff, highly encourage the end of the year preview, as the sixth grade orientation that will happen right before school starts will only be for students.
Okay, we have a question about lockers and backpacks. Would one of our principals like to talk about if students have daily lockers and what's the expectation of the backpack and carrying that during the day?
So I can speak at least for Hidden Oaks side. Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Forte. I'm the current principal at Hidden Oaks Middle School. At Hidden Oaks Middle School, we do not have any lockers throughout the school day. So students do walk around with their backpacks. However, the big consumable textbooks that most of the students use, for example, in ELA, are left within the classroom setting. They will just walk around with small folders that the sheets are ripped out from that textbook and placed inside the folder of what they will be working on. We also use a color-coded system with our AVID organization based on our core classes. So if it's an ELA sheet, it would just go into their red folder, for example. That way there's minimal items inside their backpack, so it is not big for them to walk around the campus setting.
Thank you. And I think that's across all schools. There are no lockers, so the backpack is carried with the child throughout the school day. So thank you for that, Mr. Forte. We have another questions about how do electives work? Would anyone like to talk about that?
Perhaps we could elaborate a little bit more on that question, because are we talking about scheduling electives or how often the kids visit them during the day? It might be helpful to frame that out a little bit better.
Okay, that sounds good. If Melissa, if you could follow up and tell us if you would like to talk about the scheduling or the daily visit or the changing of an elective during the year, how that works. Here's a question. If we decide to go to a school outside of our zone because of an elective offered at another school, how likely is our son or daughter to get that elective that he or she is coming for?
I would say
Lana?
highly
Oh, go ahead.
likely. I
Okay,
mean,
good.
yeah, I would be. I mean, I can't imagine a circumstance where, unless it, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for the other schools, but at Stewart Middle School, it would be pretty much guaranteed. And then if the class wasn't working out for that student, we would of course communicate with mom or dad to discuss what challenges were present, and we would go from there.
And I'll just piggyback off that. I'm Lana Barros, Director of Innovation and Choice. Sometimes electives in middle school are more about exploratory and awareness. So they're not necessarily a program or a series of courses over the 3-year middle school experience. So by electing to go to a school of choice outside of your zoned area, you won't necessarily have the opportunity, your child might not have the opportunity to take the course or courses in that elective space for the full 3 years, only because those elective courses are normally just exploratory. So they have the opportunity to explore lots of different things. But if they're going there specific for a course, I'm pretty sure that the school guarantees they get that course in the year that it's offered.
Thank you. Mr. Forte, there's a question for Hidden Oaks, and it says, for Hidden Oaks, are kids that have behavioral challenges put in separate classes? Can you speak to that for just a minute?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So placement of any student is all driven off if they have an IEP, and then it will kind of guide their decision there. If a student does not have an IEP or a 504, then they are in with our regular education students, just like any student coming from any other middle school. That is the same thing at all of our campuses. Their IEP, if it's an ESE student, that drives their schedule. And then the rest of our students are the regular education students that are placed appropriately.
Thank you. What if we haven't received this information postcard? Well, we generated our distribution list from our focus of 5th grade students that were in our system. So if you are currently a registered Martin County 5th grade student, then we would have sent you the postcard. We can also, Brittany, if you want to give me some more information, I could maybe give you some more insight as to why you haven't received the postcard. Could we also get a complete list of electives at all of the middle schools? Some have them online and others don't have access. Great question.
I can speak about the career and technical education electives. So we do have a course progression document that I can share here in the chat for you to access. So that would give you ability to see the courses that we plan to offer. But just as any type of teaching assignment, our teachers have to be certified. So sometimes we have to make quick changes on what is offered. So those are subject to change. But for the most part, the CTE courses that get offered are going to be offered next year. And then for the site-specific electives, I think each one of the sites will be sharing those or have those linked out for you closer to their preview night.
At Stewart Middle School, we have a list of our electives and our course pathways on our school website, if anybody would like to look at those.
Oops, sorry. So while Lana was speaking, I just put up the slide again for the specialty pathways at each of the middle schools. So this is the second slide because we had 2 slides for that. So hopefully you were able to capture that information for the parent that requested for us to put it back up. Okay, are the age groups kept separate, meaning the 11-year-olds aren't mixed in 13 and 14-year-olds in 8th grade? So how are we separating that? Students.
When it comes to most of your core classes will be separated by age group or ability level. The only one thing there might be the anomaly where a 6th grader might come in algebra, and then they could potentially be in with 7th and 8th graders. Otherwise, if some of your 6th graders come in that accelerated 7th grade advanced class, we try to keep that 6th grade group together. The rest of the core, they are grouped by their age group. But when it comes to electives, for example, PE, there could be one PE teacher that has 6th grade, another that has 7th or 8th. So they might be mixed in with the same area, but the generalization of their classes, their main 4 core, are separated by grade level. At least at my campus, when they transfer from, or when they walk from one class to the other, they will walk by other grade groups as well. It is not 6th grade in isolation.
Yeah, and just to add on to Mr. Forte's, I believe almost all of us, if not all of us, they do have lunches to themselves. So 6th grade has their own lunch, but same thing within passing, arrival, dismissal, just as it is in elementary where you've got your 4 and 5-year-olds with those 10 and 11-year-olds. It's similar in other aspects of campus.
At
I think,
Stewart Middle School,
yes.
just the
No,
sixth
go ahead.
graders are in building 30, which is removed pretty much completely from 7th and 8th. The only time students will interact from 6th grade with upper grade students is, like Mr. Forte shared, they might be in a unique situation, find themselves in a class with 6th graders might find themselves in a 7th grade class with algebra students. So they might have to walk over to building 102, which is the complete opposite side of campus. And then even then, 7th grade is on the first floor and 8th grade is on the 7th. We do try to keep 6th and 8th separated as much as possible, just because the height difference worries our 6th graders. That is really the biggest issue.
We have a question. I just want to revisit this question. Do the kiddos have to do the orientation day on the 8th?
No, it's not mandatory. However, it is really good for the students to experience the campus with the other 6th grade students. So if possible, I would try everything in your ability to get that scholar to your campus, so that they can meet other classmates, they can get comfortable, and they can be ready to go on that first Monday of school, because they will also be getting their schedule as well. However, it is not mandatory, just highly recommended.
Thank you, Lana, for putting that resource in the chat for us about the specialty pathways. When do the students choose their electives?
So schools should be receiving course schedules soon. It'll look a little bit different if you're choicing, and that schedule will be essentially built once your application has been submitted and then approved. But for your home schools or the school that you're zoned for, you should be receiving course selection soon, with all of the electives and then different requirements, or if there's anything that goes along with those courses.
Thank you. It's happening soon. So we have one more. Do I understand correctly that parents cannot attend the half day the day before school starts to walk students to classes? I cannot make it to the parent night, so this would be an option.
You are correct in stating that is only for students. As Dr. Jones and Principal Roth said earlier, a lot of our campuses, or all of our campuses, do tours. So if you are unable to make it to that parent night here in the spring, I would advise you reach out to your specific middle school and schedule a tour with a school counselor or one of the assistant principals or principals.
Is Murray Middle School the only middle school offering music and theater?
No, ma'am. I can tell you, I know at Hidden Oaks we have music as well as theater.
Name it Stewart.
Same at Anderson Middle School.
Yeah. And IMS as well, right?
We offer band, and we do after school clubs with music, but during as an elective, we do not.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, we will be having this recording downloaded and shared on our Martin County Facebook page for later viewing. And so it will be available along with the slides. So all this information will be shared with our community of families on Facebook. Were there any other questions? I know I have some friends here monitoring the chat. How'd we do? We did pretty good, right? I think we addressed everything.
I think
There's only one final question. Yeah,
Okay.
regarding the mail out and the dates of the events.
Okay, and that brings us to our last slide. Perfect. All right. I am going to display that now. So here is, if you did not get the postcard, here is all of the dates for all of our middle school events that are happening. Our first one will be happening this week at Murray Middle School, Thursday, April 3rd at 6 o'clock. Followed by 3 that happen the week, starting with April 15th will be Hidden Oaks. April 16th will be Indiantown and Anderson Middle. And then on the 30th will be Stewart Middle School. So these are in-person events that you are invited to come and visit the schools, hear from the schools and all that they have to offer our students. Please come with your student. It's for families and students alike. Okay, I think we got all the questions. Okay, last chance for any questions before we conclude tonight's Parent University. Is the parent tour in the morning still happening? Was anybody having a parent tour? What school would that, go ahead, is that you? Go ahead.
Yeah, that could be in reference. I've been doing tours every Tuesday from 8:45 to 9:25 through the month of April and a couple weeks here in spring. If you are for Hidden Oaks Middle School, we are still doing them, so you can reach out to myself or my secretary, Ms. Motz, and we can get you scheduled and the information.
Thank you. Well, families, we hope you're as excited as we are for your son or daughter's bridge to middle school. We welcome you with open arms, and we know that you will have a fabulous education here in our school district, in our middle schools and beyond. So we wish you the very best night. Thank you for your time tonight, and know that we are always here to answer your questions. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, principals and district staff, for taking your time tonight as well. We appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.